On this episode of Comedians in a Comedy Club Answering Questions, we ask, can you tell us about a time that you bombed?
I have yet to bomb.
Oh, mate, I got a great one.
Oh, I've bombed. Oh, I've bombed.
It's actually a horrible story, but
There's so many.
Oh, that would be last night. No, it wouldn't.
Night that I bombed. Yeah. Which one?
Yes, actually.
I never bomb.
To be honest, it's mostly the daytime when I bomb. Whenever I have to do like a community fete.
I bombed when I got back from Canada to Australia. I came back with a God complex, having headlined over there, and thought I was pretty awesome. And Australian audiences have the best bullshit detector in the world, so they were having none of it, and it put my ego back where it frankly deserved to be. It was one of my first paid gigs. I was really, really excited, and I was emceeing, and I just lost all of faith in myself, and I could tell the audience hated me, and I almost cried on stage. But I didn't cry. I was really proud of myself that I didn't cry, and I came back and I kept going, and I think that that's the most important thing, is that I didn't actually cry. I cried on the way home, and then I ate a whole lot of stuff.
I don't know. There are too many nights. Too many tears.
I was like 6 months in. I'm opening for a comedian in Sydney, and this guy is completely clean. And I kind of knew it, but I didn't know that the crowd was going to be average age 60, really conservative. And I've just got 5 minutes of the dirtiest stuff I've ever written. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go do my stuff. And I went and did my stuff, and they just stared.
I just performed a song on stage called Childbirth. And very early, it was one of the first songs that I started performing. And very early in my career, I was doing a gig at Melbourne Comedy Festival where I really learnt the lesson that you should pick your audience, because in the audience were about 8 elderly people, and that was it. And they were there just to eat their dinner, and that was it. And I was like, well, I'm doing my set because this is the set I'm doing. And I performed the song, and it was just crickets, like crickets. It's all about giving birth. I, at one point, just started giggling during the song because I realised, oh my God, the absurdity of this. I'm being a vagina in front of all of these old people, and they hate me.
At the very start of my career, I had a friend in the audience who has very bad OCD, and I thought it would be funny. It was her birthday. I thought it would be funny to give her a present that I licked and then asked her to come on stage and get it. I did that at the start of my set and lost all 300 of the people instantly.
I did 5 minutes at the Boundary, and it was great. And then I took that 5 minutes to the Gold Coast, and I did that. And this is about 2 years ago, about 6 months I first started, and it just tanked. The same 5 minutes that killed in Brisbane, it tanked. Like, I got nothing. It was crickets. It was the worst bomb I ever had. Crickets. And the biggest laugh I got was at the end of the show. I put the mic down and tripped over the cord, and everything fell down.
I was doing a gig at the Bank, and the Bank is like a pub in the valley. No one goes there, not even sad, lonely old men. They stay outside, they hover outside. I don't know why. Maybe the place is too sad. So I went up there. That was my second gig. I did a comedy course, and the comedy course, it was great. I had a graduation ceremony. Everyone was there, my friends. It was perfect. And then when I did my second gig at the Bank, there was no one there. There were a bunch of comedians outside, smoking, looking really sad. I walked in really happy, and I bombed because there was no one in the crowd. There was no crowd. The bouncers pretty much left the building. The bar staff was in the toilet. The MC disappeared. The sound guy was looking at his phone. No one was paying attention.
Or like go and perform at a music festival in the middle of the day in like steaming hot weather. That's usually when I have a big old bomberoo, because I'm wearing like a singlet and shorts because it's Queensland and it's hot, and you've signed up to this gig during the day.
I worked for the Daniel Morecambe Foundation, and obviously I think most people will be aware of Daniel's story. He was abducted and killed, and they do a thing and up on the Sunshine Coast, and I'm invited as the comedian, and Terry and Bindi from the zoo are there, and the newsreaders and local celebs, and you know, And Bruce and Denise Morecambe, who are lovely, delightful people, they got up and spoke before me, and they cried, and a lot of people in the audience did too. And I'm on the run sheet to go next. And I go up to the compere, who was a radio identity from Brisbane. I think I might just not name right now, Michelle Laurie. And I go up to Michelle and I go, Michelle, you cannot put me on. We need a break. You cannot put me, I can't follow that. No one should follow that. And she went, yeah, no, you're right. And then Bruce and Denise finished, and I walked back into the green room, and I'm thinking, okay, you know, I'll have 20 minutes for the crowd to reset themselves. And I hear her go, ladies and gentlemen, old comedy friend of mine from Brisbane. And I go, oh my God, we're going. It was a long time ago, and if I had my time over, I now know what I would do, because I've thought about this 50,000 times. What I would do now is I would go up and I would tell them the truth. I would go, you guys, I'm a parent. A lot of you will be too. You know what? It's my job to make you laugh, and I've never felt like making anyone laugh less in my life. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that you guys probably never felt like laughing right now. So tell you what, I'm calling a break. All right? Organisers probably won't like me for it, but I'm calling a break because I'm not ready to make you laugh yet, and I want to. So meet me back here in 15 minutes. You guys get a drink, go to the bathroom, have a cigarette, those that are into that stuff. I'm going to go backstage. I'm going to pull myself together. And can we all agree to meet each other here in 15 minutes, and I'll have a crack at it for you? That's what I should have done. Instead, I waded out into them, and I did my best for 20 excruciating minutes. I felt ugly doing it. The people were sitting there. I'm sure the people were sitting there thinking, what were they thinking putting a comedian on? But I didn't get any sympathy from them because I'm still trying to do my thing. Horrible night. And the final footnote to that is I did get paid for that gig. It was a charity gig, but I got paid expenses. And normally when you get that check in the mail, there's a little note on the foundation's letterhead, whatever charity it was, saying, hey, thank you. And you can use that as a testimonial. I got a check without a word. Nothing, just a check.
Shit.